Okay.
Welcome, Paige.
Hello.
Hello. Please tell everybody about yourself.
Yeah, my name is Paige, and I am living in Portland. I am in the band Riastrad, and I make music outside of that. I work at a record store. Um, yeah.
Very cool. What record store? Is it in Portland too?
Yeah, Music Millennium,
Okay, cool.
the big one.
Oh, nice. Okay. Got lots of friends in Portland, so go shop where Paige works. Bring her flowers and coffee and
Yeah, there's so many like good shops in town. Music Millennium is huge. So see a lot of faces come through all the time. Yeah.
okay, so how do you like your coffee?
That's funny. I was just drinking coffee. I just made coffee actually. I usually drink it with honey, and right now I'm rocking the coconut creamer from Trader Joe's.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So all
my
you
favorite creamer.
all you stalkers out there that are gonna go visit Paige at work, make sure you have
Yeah,
coconut creamer in that
definitely.
coffee.
Oh yeah.
And tell us about how you realized that you loved rock and metal music and you wanted to create more of it.
Yeah. So like I feel like definitely started for me really recognizing it as a genre was in high school, hearing Black Sabbath for the first time. I was like, you can do that? What? And seeing seeing some bands live at festivals that I did not expect to see. I remember when I saw Sleep for the first time, I was like, what? I didn't really like have a lot of friends that were into like heavy music and metal, so like definitely more on the punk side of stuff, but
Okay.
yeah, the deep music connection for me didn't really happen till like later high school.
Mhm.
Um and from there it just like one of my really dear friends was very into the band Death, and that kind of started where I was like listening to that band for a long time, and yeah, that kind of led me into the more extreme side of metal. Um, yeah.
Cool. And would you say with Riastrad that there's a grunge influence on it? Because to me, I almost hear
Yeah,
like a grunge doom groove metal kind of thing happening.
absolutely. Yeah. Damien, our guitarist, I think he definitely pulls influence from the grunge sound
Yeah,
and
it's
like
cool.
heavy metal. And yeah,
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
totally dig it. I think we gotta, I think we have a good, like, unique sound
it is unique. Yeah,
for what it is. And
for
yeah,
sure. You know I'm listening to everything that comes out right now, and it is so different from what other people are doing. I haven't heard anybody else blend doom metal and grunge before. So,
yeah,
that's
sure.
the thing people are doing in the Pacific Northwest. Like, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen there. But,
100%. Yeah.
yeah, it's, like, funny to think of, like, all the metalheads of yesteryear who were like, "Oh, grunge killed metal," and it's like, or you just needed a creative woman brain to be
Yeah.
present and make a new baby called
Yeah. I mean,
grunge metal.
shake hands and just create what comes out of our hearts.
Ta-da! So,
Yeah.
if your music were a movie soundtrack, what would the movie be about?
All right. Think it would definitely have demons in it. Something very, something very mystic and demonic, but I wouldn't say that our music is necessarily mystic and demonic. But I think if there was like, if we were to score a movie, I can just see like battle scenes with like people with cool powers and I watch a lot of anime, so right now that's the only thing I'm thinking of is like,
Be an anime, why not? And
yeah,
you know what? Plus, like, I mean, you're already doing grunge metal with a group, so why wouldn't you have like mystical demonic anime as your movie? Why not?
yeah,
Yeah,
why not? You know?
I don't know. I can think of a lot of like different styles of anime that aren't like so conventional anyway. Like, I don't know, just some of the 80s stuff. It was like real sparkly.
Oh
Um,
yeah. Like just the art was so it was being hand painted, so it's just
yeah.
super
Or the
nostalgic and neat and stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, what would the big boss battle be?
Okay. I think we're gonna like kind of like Shyamalan this and kind of have like the main character. It's like a woman in a white cloak,
Mhm.
like appear from a lake, and she turns out to be kind of the mastermind behind
Oh,
everything.
yes.
And that would be the big boss. Is your hero is your big boss there.
Mhm.
Fight
Lo-
your inner demons.
Good twist. Okay. So, if you could collect any three pieces of rock memorabilia of all time, what would you like to have?
Hmm. Maybe a, a teardrop of Ann Wilson
Oh, wow.
preserved.
Wow.
Um,
That is mystical and demonic.
um,
Amazing.
oh man. I don't know.
You're gonna need to see that in the movie somewhere. Like,
Something weird.
okay.
Like someone's like taxidermy pet would be crazy.
Oh my
Just to be
God.
like,
Yeah.
I
Like
don't know.
Iggy Pop has a wonderful white cockatoo, and
Really,
that would make
really.
it lovely. Just next to next to like a Eucharist which holds Ann Wilson's tear.
Yeah, a full shrine. Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing. Okay, keep going. I want to know what's next.
Let's see. We'll go for trying to think of whose, stuff I would actually want. I feel like the objects themselves could be totally anything and bizarre, but like whose possessions would I really like want to brag about?
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe like
Really
Grace
great.
left shoe or something. I don't
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
know.
I started thinking like a little bit gorier because these are really creative answers. It's usually just clothes, but I started thinking like when we got to the Eucharist, why not a reliquary? Like it could be like David Bowie's like right hand, like he has
Totally.
a golden thing cut off at the wrist, and it's like
Yeah.
a glass jar
Yeah, I'm looking to
on your
like
coffee
grave
table.
dig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing. Wow,
Yeah.
best answer. Okay. So now you're booking your dream festival. Who's on the lineup?
Okay. Well, you gotta have the homies on there. So get all my friends' bands, no matter the genre. Maybe I'll have different stages with different genres. And get a lot of my friends on there. And I don't know, for headliners, I think one of my dreams would to be to have if Emma Ruth Rundle would tour with Val and do that whole album. I would definitely want that. I'm patiently waiting for Ohm to
Okay.
come out with their new album that they've announced like for
Oh,
a year and a half. So we gotta have Ohm on there. Um, Maybe if we could get a Burning Witch reunion.
okay.
um, uh, yeah, I don't know. Something
Cool.
like that.
Um, the multiple stages, are these multiple stages on, like, the deck of a cruise ship or the top of a mountain or the middle
Oh
of a
yeah.
flooding desert? Or
Yeah, I mean, we could do a we could have a cruise going, have it
uh
at the waterfront, get
Mhm.
a get a rock and roll cruise happening like they do a blues cruise for the blues festival here in Portland.
Uh-huh.
So do a rock and roll cruise. Um,
Nice.
yeah, maybe have like all the singer-songwriters in just a dirt pit, just really struggling like singer-songwriters do, and then have all the rock stars up in their big stage.
Yeah, I think it's really authentic for singer-songwriters and their acoustic group to be, like, rolling around in the dirt together. I think
Yeah,
that's a very good.
yeah, adds to the lore.
Yeah, I mean, and the
Mhm.
authenticity and, like, all the pain and suffering. Um, so, what is a big decision you made, looking back, that turned out to be a great choice?
Yeah, I moved to Portland 3 years ago, very randomly. There was no thought behind it. I think that's 100% the best decision I've made for myself. I've made the best friends I could have asked for up here, and have been so immersed in music and stimulated by all the shows and bands up here. Yeah, I couldn't ask for a better place to be right now. It's definitely just contributed so much to my personal growth and yeah, overall just happiness.
Where did you move
Yeah.
from?
Orange County, California.
Okay.
Yeah. So a little stifling.
I have a friend who just moved from Portland. She was actually episode 1 of this series. She moved
Oh,
down to San Diego. Now she's looking at moving back to Portland.
yeah.
Misses her life there.
Yeah.
What's your
It's
favorite
beautiful.
gear? Oh, sorry. Favorite
My
gear?
favorite
Favorite
gear.
state?
Oh, I thought you said my favorite beer. I was like, well,
You can also say, yeah, why not? Go ahead. Beer,
um,
streetwear, and gear.
well, I do like a good sour. But I don't know. Not really a beer gal. I
Okay.
am, but I'm not. I don't know. My favorite gear though, yeah, I am not like a gearhead. I, you know, my tried and true is my Squire Stratocaster. It just really gets the job done. I think you can make that thing just absolutely rock.
Nice.
Yeah.
What about stage wear?
Stage wear, that one's trickier for me. Um, we've my band has played 3 shows so far, and each show I kind of experiment with something else. I kind of just wear what I normally wear.
Mhm.
Um, but our we have a show coming up. It's the Femme Fatale Fest. So
Mm.
I'm like, well, shoot, maybe I should dress it up. So I'm kind of in a experimental phase with that. It's
Oh,
like,
cool.
how do I want to present myself on stage? Do I want to do campy? Do I just want to like, do me? But
Right.
I mean, campy and it still is connected to who I am. So
Yeah, an
yeah,
exaggerated version of yourself or like a
yeah,
fantasy version, of like
totally.
the Shyamalan. It's really hard for me to say Shyamalan right now because I've been saying Shamaran all week for a totally different reason. But
Okay.
um yeah, anyway, Shyamalan, witch coming out of the lake.
Totally. Yeah.
You could be a
Uh,
singer-songwriter coated in dirt.
yeah.
You could be a sailor on the rock cruise. You got so many options. What are you what are you thinking about like experimenting with? What's on your mind right now?
Well, actually, I have them right here. So I think I might wear these.
Ooh, very witchy. What is
Um, I just don't want to eat shit. That's my main thing. I need to like spend a night like dancing around in these and really get used to them.
yeah,
Um, but
that's all.
I have like some like leather titty shirts that I might pull out. And yeah, just look hot. I
Yeah.
don't know.
If people want to know what the final decision is, they got to go to the show.
Yeah,
Um,
there you go. Big reveal.
so when you're facing a challenge like a tour getting rescheduled or a treasured bandmate dropping out of the project or album art delaying the release of something, what's your go-to way to um, keep yourself in a positive mindset?
You know, music, doing music and performing music and playing in a band has to have a base of just doing it because you love it. And so I think, you know, if we're ever faced with, bandmates going out of town for a while and not being able to play or whatever, I think like it's worth it when once you do get into it and get back into practice, and it's just realizing like, oh, I'm doing this because I absolutely love it, and I'll kind of take it either way. Um, uh, yeah, maybe a little bit of comfort stuff. Like if it's something that's a real bummer, but I have been lucky enough to not really done anything. I mean, I've missed some shows in other bands before, and they find another bass player and move on. So yeah, I don't know.
Okay, cool. It's going to be super fun to have all the girls share the wisdom on that topic. Uh, as I've gone through this series, I've learned that a lot of the guests are unaware that like those kinds of occurrences are very, very, very normal.
No,
And then,
yeah,
so then, since they don't know that other people go through it, they express some shame about experiencing it. And so,
totally. Yeah, it's like being in a band is not if it is something that you can do for a living, that's amazing. But we all have jobs and families and stuff comes up. Um, and not holding any resentments towards bandmates or getting frustrated with your band as a whole, or even just at like your art, feeling like maybe if the world's against you or things keep getting put on hold. um you know it's like time time is short, but it's a lot, like our lives are longer than maybe it seems sometimes. Like things will happen if you put the work into making it happen. Yeah.
there we go. That's a good mantra.
Yeah.
Things will happen if you put in the work. Um, well, that's super cool. I am so excited to have everybody share their thoughts on that. So the
Oh, that would be a good
question,
one.
last big question anyway, is after a long, hard day in the studio, riding in the tour van, or riding at practice, how do you like to take care of yourself?
I'm thinking because it's summer and it's so hot, like a nice jump into a river, um, or a nice cold beer, or I don't know, get curl up into bed and binge watch anime.
There you go.
Um,
What's your
yeah.
favorite anime right now?
Oh,
What's getting you
well,
this week?
right now, for like the fifth time, I'm rewatching Inuyasha.
Okay.
Um, it's such a
Classic.
comfort show.
Yeah, it's a classic. Yeah.
Yeah, classic. Really can't beat it. But like most people, I'm waiting for new seasons of Jujutsu Kaisen. My One of my favorites, it's become a favorite that I keep rewatching it, and just every time it's done with the fourth season, I'm like, all right, there's no more. It's Black Clover.
Okay.
Um, it's just I watch like most stuff about like magic, and like I really like when it's kind of like a period piece and has like an old, like a feudal type medieval thing going. Um, and Black Clover is super cool about like demons rising and people have like their own like magic books and stuff. It's some nerd shit.
There's
It's cool
something
though.
for everyone in anime. I think there's like 800 airing series right now.
Yeah, I mean, so much stuff just has like one season and then just never comes back. um,
Yeah.
yeah, like there's lifestyle stuff. Like, yeah, I love like the Violet Evergarden, the tear jerkers, and of course Nana. Like the
Um, there's
yeah.
like, I don't know, I guess some series are perfect as just one season though. So
True.
like
Yeah.
sometimes the storylines just wrap up right and like, you
Yeah.
know. Um, same goes for manga, like Wish. What a weeper. Anyway, so anyway,
Yeah.
um, so yeah, okay. Anime, a beer, and floating down a river with maybe like an iPad to watch your show would be the ideal
Yeah. Yeah,
summary.
definitely. Definitely got the beer going on the river.
They
I'll have to
probably
get a like one of those plastic things for a yeah.
they definitely make waterproof iPad cases.
Oh
So
yeah. Oh
the
yeah.
people who
I've seen the phone cases. Like, yeah. It's fun to bring your phone on the river, take pictures, of course.
so whoever is bringing Paige coffee, also bring her the waterproof iPad so that she can have a really great recovery. And then
Yeah,
maybe,
bring me an iPad too, because I don't have one. So.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And then maybe that person's reward will be to see you in the hot tub with the witch boots.
There you go.
Maybe.
There you go.
Have to go to the show to find out though.
Yeah.
Um,
It's all up in the air right now.
so any new announcements?
Yeah, that the Femme Fatale Fest, I kind of already mentioned it, but yeah, it's on August 3rd. I'm really excited. We're playing with a lot of cool bands in Portland. The headliner's Time Rift. I'm really excited to be playing with them, and we've got Grimace, which is so cool. They're like this like noisy, totally experimental with all types of genres, and they just absolutely kill it. It's like a two-piece, and we've got Anatory, I believe is the name, and Bone Brothel, which is such a cool name.
That is a cool name, yeah.
Yeah.
Brothel. And where
Yeah, and all that they're donating a bunch of money to Rose Haven, which is like a women's women and children shelter, like daytime
oh
shelter
great.
for yeah.
Love that.
So it's gonna be
Yeah,
a cool event.
love when the money goes directly to those kinds of things. You
I
have like
agree.
a big government circus in between, because the
Yeah.
money never gets there.
Yeah,
So,
I'm excited to be a part of it. I was joking with my band members because they're all old men. And
mhm.
I was like, yeah, I'm really doing you guys a favor for this one with the Femme Fatale Fest. So,
You're gonna look so cool. They are cool. They're officially cool. So, um, cool guys. All right. So, where can everybody listen to the music and follow the adventure?
yeah, we do not have any recordings with me on them right now. I think we've got quite a few of our songs on Spotify with the singer from 10 years ago.
Mhm.
Um, I started playing with these guys. They started back up after like a 10-year hiatus, and friend of mine was like, I know these guys looking for a singer, and I was like, oh, and it's worked out, but we're gonna work on recording, so hopefully soon
Oh,
we can
exciting.
get stuff out. um I would love to. Yeah, we have an Instagram, so you can follow us. It's like Riastrad PDX. um yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna play a little game. The vinyl game. Okay, you look like you know how this game is played. I'm gonna hold up two pieces of vinyl and you'll pick one to talk about. So,
Okay.
Coven or Kate Bush?
Oh, I'm gonna go with Coven for
Coven.
sure.
What do we love about Coven?
Oh, I mean, Coven is just, you know, an OG. Definitely inspired so many people, and they've they've got the whole camp going.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, their music is just inspirational to me, and
Of
yeah, some
course.
other people. It's Coven. Come on, yeah.
Yeah, plus like if you like Black Sabbath, then you know they stole everything from Coven.
There
So,
you go. Yep.
should I tell
Yeah,
the story again? I think I should.
I
So
think you should.
yeah, I think if I just like saying it, it'll eventually like catch up with time. So Jinx Dawson was touring in the late 60s with her band Coven, and on stage she would put up the devil horn. And this album was released and it was pulled from rotation because when the Manson murders happened, there was satanic panic across the US, but especially in Southern California where the murders occurred, where Jinx was. And so her album was out of rotation, but it made it to Birmingham, where Black Sabbath is from. And a fellow there that sang for the Polka Tulk Blues Band changed his name to Jinx's bassist's name instead of Oz Osborne. This fellow called himself Ozzy Osbourne. And they named their band after one of the tracks on this album, Black Sabbath.
Wow. Yeah.
So Jinx also in Southern California had a friend that she would meet at the Rainbow Bar for drinks sometimes, and he told her, I'm starting a new band and I think I'd like to call it Rainbow, like this bar.
Yeah.
Was Ronnie James Dio. At the time, he was playing bass in a
Yeah.
band called Elf, so I guess he did his
Of course.
devil horns like this.
Yeah. Of course.
I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah.
God
Huh.
bless the internet. Let the truth be told. Anyway, it's all a conspiracy. Amy Winehouse or Grace Slick.
All right. I'm gonna have to go with Grace Slick on that
Oh.
one. Oh yeah, this album is so underrated.
Tell us all about it.
It just rips so hard. You've got range on here. You've got yeah, you've got bangers on here
Mm-hmm.
that could just go so hard if they went in that direction.
Yeah, like Angel of the Night
Angel, yeah,
in 79 and released in 80 was like a real thrash metal song.
yeah, I agree with that. With the right perspective, and just the coolest lyrics on Dreams and Do It the Hard Way is such a good
Oh,
song.
Do It the Hard Way is
Yeah,
such a good song. It's
yeah,
such a scathing criticism of whoever Grace is singing about. But she's
yeah.
right. Because like I know that
It
person too. And she does have to do it the hard way for
is.
some reason.
Yes. Yeah. And we can't skip on this. Not
Yeah.
only is the front cover amazing, but it's so great.
She's a magical, angry
Yeah.
woman
Yeah.
expressing
I like I
fully.
discovered this not too long ago and was like, I don't know. I didn't know Grace Slick went so hard.
Yeah, she had like a whole, like because when she left Jefferson Airplane, um, uh, they went on to do Starship. She went on to do her solo albums. And then she came back and they recorded some more stuff as Airplane, actually, I think. Went back to Airplane. I saw Starship play because I am a vampire. But
Mm.
um just kidding. They're all just like old and alive. But I forgot what I was talking about. So
Yeah.
all right. King Woman or Joni Mitchell. Weird pairing, but
Yeah. I mean, yeah, apples or cheeseburgers. I, King Woman is so cool, but I'm gonna have to go with Joni because she
hey,
has a huge part of my soul.
God, do tell.
I mean, For the Roses was one of the first records I ever owned. Um,
Oh.
I picked it up not knowing what it was, just looking at the cover and thinking I want to sit naked on rocks, the ocean. I think I was 14 or 15, and the first time I spun it, I remember thinking this music is odd. like, but something about it I'm entranced by, and I'm just being pulled in by this voice and by the syntax of her lyrics and the subject matter. And since, she's served as a huge inspiration for my own songwriting that I do and
Oh,
writing and yeah.
well, that's exciting. I don't think that there are enough people in metal listening to Joni Mitchell. So she
Yeah.
she had like a bumpy start with everything 'cause she got all hung up on a boyfriend who she had a baby with, and then he made her give up her baby for adoption, and she regretted it for the rest of her life. So she had a lot to say. And her discography, if you ever have a chance to listen to it consecutively, like you have to like dedicate a day to Joni Mitchell, which is a mood, but it's her life story because she always writes about what she's actually doing. So
Oh
it,
yeah.
you kind of
Hmm.
year by year like Joni's life. And that's pretty neat. And actually, I think that people don't know how much of her music has been covered. Um, yeah, just like a lot of 90s bands. It's like when once a dude would cover a Joni Mitchell song, that it was a big like single, it was a huge hit.
Yeah. I mean,
Anyway, yeah,
she laid it out for us, and we're blessed by her for sure.
it's true. She's neat. All right. Next to Eurythmic or Cher.
Gonna go with Cher.
Cher. Cher all week. Yas. Why
Yeah.
Cher?
What does one, even begin to say about Cher? She's she's an icon. She's a legend. She's the woman to be.
She is. And her biggest single came out when she was, I think, 52 or 54, believe. So, um, just like a note to every gal out there feeling like
Right?
you're
Yeah.
not
Yeah, I
21.
feel that a lot like myself, like I'm almost in my 30s, so I'm in a weird time of like got a foot back in my early 20s, but like facing my 30s and
The best is yet to come.
right? Yeah.
You haven't even had your share yet.
Yeah.
And then like Tina Turner didn't get her first Grammy till she was 44. I think that Joan Jett after the Runaways, it was tens of record labels that uh rejected her. I think it was something like 30 or 40 record labels.
Yeah.
So we can always think of Joan Jett when our albums get delayed. So
Yeah.
yeah, or if you feel like you have to start over, Tina Turner. Or if you feel like you didn't hit your stride in your 20s or your 30s or your 40s, sure. So
Yeah. There you go.
something for everything. All right, last pair. Young people on the West Coast, two trios, both new.
I'll have to represent and go with Hoaxed.
Yes.
Yeah. Great
Every
people and
yes,
amazing band. Yeah.
true. And April Brilzor is so fun to watch live. There's just a few
Yeah.
like there's a few bands I've come across that are doing this thing. It's like Vorlust, um, eh, everything April touches. I don't know if I can think of like the other ones off the top of my head, but there's like a weirdness to it that's like kind of Wendy O. Williams, and
Yeah.
kind of Nina Hagen, and it's kind of like psycho metal, like psycho feminist metal, and it's like fantasy, and it's supposed to be like scary, but it's
Totally.
titties, and
Yeah.
so it's like that is happening. I'm loving it. So yeah. And then anyway, this album from Hoax has the best drum recordings of 2023. This is the winner.
Mm. Yeah.
So they actually April was an early episode of this series and she did
Yeah,
name
I watched that one.
she
Yeah.
named whoever it was that did the drum production. It was a man, so I forgot his name.
Yeah.
Uh so
Yeah.
anyway, remember. Um all right, so that's it. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hearing your recording.
Me too.
Yeah. Just keep thinking about Joan Jett. All
I
right.
know. Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. See ya.